Facility.
Ooh. Welcome to a whole nother episode of Talk Heavy. Once again, I'm your boy Scoop Burgundy.
It's your boy Todd.
Just call me Rob.
It's Scotty.
It's V.
Hey. And as y'all know, we always got the latest and greatest topics. So today we're gonna start off yet again. We don't want to, but with another death. The Supreme Court lost Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg to cancer. So we was having a conversation about it. And a few of our members, I ain't saying no names, was like, well, what position did she hold and what's the importance of her position? And Scott educated them a little bit. So share with the people who she was a little and what's the importance of the position that she held.
Oh, well, she was a Supreme Court justice. I mean, to be honest, I don't know much about her personally as a Supreme Court justice, but she died at 87. It's very tragic. Rest in peace to her.
Long time to live.
Yeah, absolutely. Prayers to her, go out to her family. But the importance of this is that it's an election year. And if we all remember what occurred back in 2016, Obama wasn't allowed to appoint a Supreme Court justice because the Republican majority Senate would not allow him to nominate. They wouldn't accept his nomination. And so now, since that precedent was set back in 2016, we're going to see what type of, if they're going to break that precedent or if they're going to uphold that precedent. I'm thinking they're going to break it, obviously, because they want to utilize their their leverage to get another justice in, like they did with Brett Kavanaugh.
Right.
But to understand the importance of this role is to say, think about all of the police brutality things that's going on right now. One of the major things that's holding people back from holding police officers accountable is qualified immunity, something that has been voted on by the Supreme Court justices multiple times. Many times, many cases, it has been compiled to include what is called qualified immunity. And that's all the Supreme Court. So this is very important, extremely important. A lot of people actually is pushing for the people to be able to vote for the Supreme Court justice. I don't know how I feel about that due to the fact that people aren't necessarily the most informed when it comes to justices, myself included. That's a very complex field. Law is extremely complicated, extremely complex, requires a great deal of knowledge. So I wouldn't be qualified to even speak on who should be going into the Supreme Court justice role. But this is why we have to vote our representatives, so we trust the people who do know to vote the right person in. So this is why this is the interconnectedness of the politics and how important it is to be informed and know who to vote for and who knows what. This is the importance of it.
Absolutely. And she was she did a lot of work for women's rights and things of that nature. So rest in peace.
She did. She was a feminist, like a staunch feminist, and the Supreme Court justice.
A real one, not the fake ones that's out now. Let me stop. Not the fake ones that's out now.
That fake one is like Scotty.
The fake one. Listen, I'm not. Feminism is more. It's not. It's a social. It goes ranges across different things. It's a social movement, a political movement, and an ideology. So I'm more.
Told you was a feminist. You just explained it.
No, I mean, if I'm gonna be a part of something, I should understand what it is.
You should understand what it
is. And I subscribe to the ideology of feminism, not necessarily the political movement or the social movement.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, my fault. It ain't even about me. Go vote. Real rap. Register to vote and go vote. Todd. It's like no.
No, for real.
I always vote. I just got my census. My census are amazing.
I do got a question.
Go ahead.
When they say register to vote, I don't. So I registered to vote already.
I'm registered.
Like you registered.
That's what I'm saying. What's this whole thing
about?
Like
the whole time, right? Like you don't got to re-register, right?
No, but there's a lot of people.
They text me every day. They sent a nigga named Reggie to text my phone to get me to vote. They sent a black man to text me.
And who the boy that keep on coming to my door to sign this paper, this consensus? What's the consensus?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't want consent to nothing.
Like,
V, we can't hear you either, V.
I feel like they're disrespectful. I feel like they told me I don't have no sense and I can't vote.
Right.
Like, what is this census 2020 shit?
They be like this.
Yo, you at the crib? Sign this right here.
I thought I had to duck the Forex people. No. I gotta duck these people.
Right.
Well, the census is important. They need a head count so they can distribute funds in the right manner.
I ain't giving nobody head. Okay.
So if we want the proper funding for things that we need to do a census. Okay, guys?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, so they're gonna fill up the potholes outside if I do this?
Also, I don't know about the potholes.
Yo, those potholes, you go like this. The potholes, you go like this. Down. Up. Down.
I hit a pothole. I hit a pothole so hard I ended up on another podcast. I looked up. I was in the pothole.
I just wanted to stress the importance that go register.
Sorry,
also, wait. Let me just tell you, if you already registered to vote, you old enough to vote. Huh?
You old enough to vote?
What you mean? Am I old enough to vote? Yeah.
All right.
We the same age, Taj. We the same age.
Hey, Ty.
Give or take. Give or take.
Ty, what are you talking about?
I was gonna do it trying to be funny, Ty, but that was
You old enough to vote.
Are you old enough to vote? Nah, but look, if you already registered, you don't have to register again unless you ain't vote.
So why they keep on telling me to register?
The last 4 years.
Why they keep telling me to register? Yo, Scott, you the political guy. I need you to tell them to stop texting my phone. All right.
They listen. If you
go tell the census to stop texting me.
You have to re-register if you move. So like if you move,
never move
county, or if you move out of a different state or a different city, you have to re-register. So that's why they reach out to you, is to make sure that you're registered, because if you move
I got something to say.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, I was just saying, if the lines are long on voting day, I'm not voting. If they too long, I'm not standing in line all day. It's just not happening.
What?
I'm mailing my ballot in, because I'm not like, when I go, every time I go to the voting place, it's like 100 people in line. I'm not standing there waiting just to press a button.
Yes,
like, dog, y'all don't need to that bad.
Just wait.
You have ancestors who died for your right to press that button.
How many times have you actually gone in to vote?
I voted like a few months ago. Scoop dropped me off to vote one day and he didn't even go in.
Hold on, don't talk about what I got going on.
Wait, who wasn't voting?
Hey,
he drove me to my vote. He drove me to my voting site, and he sat outside and waited for me to come back for voting.
Scoop ain't voting.
Hey, Todd, come on now. Don't tell them people that ain't got nothing to do with the truth. What's going on over here?
Listen. He don't pay his taxes.
I can't be telling people to vote, and you out here telling people that I'm outside playing Candy Crush while you went in there to vote.
So Scoop, why didn't you vote?
We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't rap.
We wasn't in my district.
Yeah.
Well, no, in his defense, we wasn't in his district. But we could have went to his district.
I voted already. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
No, but I'm mailing mine in this year. You're right, because I'm not standing in line. It's just not happening.
Mail it in. Don't mail it in.
V just told me to do a mail-in ballot.
That's what Trump wants you to do.
Can I text? Like, can we just text her voting?
Yeah, why do they can text me?
How would that make sense?
What you think this American Idol?
How can y'all text me about my census and hey, did you vote? Are you registered to vote? But I can't text in my ballot.
I mean, honestly, I don't understand how they haven't figured out that security yet. Like, there should be a way that we can vote either via online or through something.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
And why are we still leaving our house to vote in 2020?
We still have to physically go in and push a button to vote. And it's like they've already shown that they can rig those type of elections anyway. So if the whole thing of it being rigged, that's BS, because people, like, they literally will change votes after you physically go in and push the button. So what's the, like, I don't get how security hasn't figured that out.
They should slide on our DMs.
I don't understand why they still using the neighborhood people.
Put our social security number and for any government page, but they don't want our vote online. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Make it make
I don't
sense,
trust
government.
the lady. I don't trust the lady named Miss Ann who always at the voting site. Like, she from the neighborhood. I don't really trust her with my ballot. They always got the neighborhood people. Like, I don't really, Miss Ann seems like a nice lady, but I don't really trust Miss Ann. So it's just like, I don't understand why she's always at the voting ballot. She needs to get back, though.
Me vote.
Well, I was told that a homie of mine, he's involved in that, and he put something on Facebook that they are paying, they cutting a check for that day. So I might work the ballot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My dad works every single election, and then the last presidential election, me and my friend Amber worked, and we both got paid $150 each to do nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they offering $250 for the day.
God rest his soul. My man Wink, he was a hustler of the highest order. He sold everything, but he registered you vote every single year. He the reason that he messed up my registration when I went to go vote for Obama. I went to my old place, my old district, and they was like, "No, you registered down West Philly." I said, "Damn it, Wink, you done got me again. Now I got to go down to Heavenly Hall and cast my vote." That's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they cut a check for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big thing right now about them alienating voters and voter fraud.
Are you registered, Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Why you keep asking me questions like this, Todd?
You want to know if you old enough?
Yeah. Are you registered to vote?
I am, actually. I am.
Oh, who you voting for, Todd? You decided from last week?
I don't discuss that publicly.
You know, discussion.
Well, you know what? You have a right to keep it in.
All praise due to the Most High.
Patty, I have a question.
Yes.
You are very anti the system, so why vote?
Because I gotta pay taxes.
What?
You pay taxes?
Taxes? Because I know a lot of people living in this country who don't pay taxes.
Unfortunately, I'm not one of them people.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people.
You pay taxes?
Last paycheck I got. What you mean? Yeah, when you get paychecks, you pay taxes every time. When I go buy a pack of gum, I gotta pay taxes, dog. You know what I'm saying? When I go buy anything, I have to pay taxes.
Let me tell you something. The first Talk Heavy check that we get, that thing better be tax free because I ain't paying no taxes on it.
You're gonna have to pay taxes
every dime.
Every dime, yes. The government.
I'm like, can I get cash? Can I get this under the table?
So if I'm gonna pay taxes, why wouldn't I vote? Huh?
You don't think that's hypocritical?
In what way?
I mean, you literally
that.
Where you were basically discussing how you felt like basically playing the rules of the system isn't helping the system. You have to do stuff outside of the system, but you're playing in the system because you're voting.
No, I completely acknowledge that I'm trapped in the system.
Hypocritical.
No, I'm not.
Well, he used the word trapped. I do like that.
Yeah, I'm not hypocritical. My ideologies align. No matter my actions are a result of what I'm forced to do. How else am I to make a living? I have to pay taxes. Unless I take the risk of being imprisoned and not pay taxes, then I have to pay them. And if I'm paying taxes, I want to know where my fucking money is going. So
I heard federal jail.
I want to know where my money is going. I want to have a say in where my money is going.
Hold on, rewind. So you think because you pay taxes and vote that you know where the money is going?
You absolutely have access to city
because
budgets.
It's a hell of a pothole. So I don't think
absolutely do. Yes. Okay, that's what called being informed. That's why you be informed, so you know.
Voting for.
Huh?
So you actually believe that your money, your tax money, is going towards what you vote for?
I've seen it tangibly. So, yes.
Every penny.
No, not every penny. I can't account for every penny because my pennies or my percentage is, a little amongst millions of people. So, like, you feel what I'm saying? But even still, if I can channel at least some money back into my community, that's a win. I can't take an L in that way.
You saying you have to do your part is what you're saying.
Exactly. And even though I can vote and do all these things, I can still build something else while I'm doing that. What's to say I can't?
Voting is still playing a part of the system that you don't believe in and that you also felt like being a part of doesn't help.
Yeah. So like, for instance, right? A lot of music labels, executives, they don't like black people. They didn't like black people when hip hop dropped. I don't like politics, but I can see the value in using it. Just like a music exec seeing the value in using black culture to make money. I see the value in exploiting this system.
I like that.
Even though I disagree with it, there's still value in exploiting it.
So you're exploiting it by voting?
No. No, my vote is something that I'm forced to do. And I think I don't know how else to explain it in that regard for voting. Now, when we're talking about being informed, huh?
I say you're not forced to vote, but okay. That's not like, you're not going to go to jail if you don't vote.
No. Yeah, well, I'm going to go to jail if I don't pay taxes, though.
Correct, but you said that you are forced to vote, and you're not. You have the choice to vote. I do. Saying your choice is hypocritical. That's just my thoughts.
How could I be hypocritical if I'm forced
to
pay for it? Yeah, I'm forced to pay for it. If I'm forced to pay for my right to vote, why would I not utilize that? I'm forced to pay for it. I pay for the voter ballot. That $250 you talk about, I contribute to that y'all get a day. I contribute to my politicians' houses and all that. Air Force One, we contribute to that.
Same
money. You contributed to my Air Force One?
That's our money. Why would I not? Why? That would be foolish. That would be foolish.
But these are the same politicians who you make
crazy.
Are actually helping your community and uplifting in the beliefs that you have towards how to better this country.
Right.
Am I not making sense?
I get what you're saying, but I get 1,000% what Scott is saying. It's the system that he's in. And in order to, I guess he's saying that there is a way that you can change it within the system, which is what he's taking. And I mean, you have to, what people would say, the whole
argument before was that you can't be in the system and trying to change the system.
Right. So what is his alternative?
That's what and thank you, Scoop.
Your whole argument was basically to start something outside.
I want to. I absolutely want to. Those are things that I dream about. I desire. But what am I supposed to do right now, V? Give me an alternative right now. Tell me.
Go out and start something and don't vote. That's easy.
How you know he's not starting something?
That's easy. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different things. Like, I can't go start a whole fucking nation. I'm not gonna rebel against the United States and not pay taxes. Am I gonna avoid and then risk tax evasion? Like,
you don't want to ask Lauren Hill about that. Wesley Snipes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not interested in having my freedom taken away. I like to walk around and be free. But I also want to know what is going on with my money.
Freedom.
So that's unfortunately, I understand the cognitive dissonance there. And I feel like that's something that I've definitely struggled with internally, is like feeling trapped in the system. Like I can't do nothing else but play by their rules right now. I feel I genuinely do feel trapped.
You feel trapped?
It's crazy.
You think that the Supreme, like this, so with one of the judges passing away, God rest her soul, do you feel as though it is important of the vote that goes towards who's going in next or who's going to be appointed next?
Wait, what was the last part? What my vote is what?
Not your vote, but I'm saying the Supreme Justice who's going to be appointed next. Do you feel like that's actually going to have any change in this country or any effect in reference to this country?
A lot of things could happen. They could change the number of seats.
Right now, it's what, 4-4? So it's 4 and 4 conservative views.
Yeah.
So depending on who gets in there, is going to skew.
Well, she was one of 4 liberals. So now it's 3.
I thought there were 9 Supreme Justices.
There's 8.
Yeah, what I'm saying, right now she was one of 4. So it was 4 of them.
3?
Right now, I believe so. I mean, somebody that has access to their phone, but I know when she was.
It was 4 and 4 right now. I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought it was 4 and 4.
No, it was 5 and 4 before she died.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now it's 5 and 3, and it depends on who they bring in next.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Scoop.
So
dropping the knowledge on here, Scoop.
So it's going to be skewed toward the conservatives either way.
Either way, yeah. Either way. So just a little bit more if, now to be 6 and 3. Whatever the case may be. But Scott, you brought up a good point. You said something about you don't want to be jailed, you don't want to be trapped. And some people consider marriage as a trap. Or, you know what I'm saying? They like, oh, when they consider their wife their old ball and chain, right? I guess Offset felt this way because Offset was going through some emotional things lately, where he missed his granny. And he missed his grandma so much that he went and buried his pain inside of another woman. So now Cardi B is filing for divorce against Offset. Now, is Cardi B wrong for telling this man how to grieve? I need answers. Talk to me, guys.
Serious question. That cannot be a serious question.
She's 100% wrong.
Is she wrong? How you gonna tell that man how to grieve? You're trying to tell me how to process my pain?
By cheating, can you just sleep with his wife?
Are you trying to tell him how to process his pain, V? That's all I'm asking.
Are you victim blaming right now? Is that
I'm not entertaining. He is not the victim.
I think we have to come to an understanding of who the victim is in this situation. And the victim is simply a Black man who's crying out for help.
He was reaching and
who's seeking help from his fans and from his people to stand around him and rally up during such a difficult time while he misses his granny. And he misses his granny so much so that he had to go out and find love in another woman or find lust in another woman. This is a man that is hurting. This is a man that is hurting. And we should reach our hand out to our Black brother and put our hand around him and put our arms around him instead of trying to bash him and downgrade and dehumanize something that he did when this is simply a man that is hurting. And let me tell you something about hurt people. Hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people? Oh, come on, Todd.
Talk to him, Pastor.
Now you talking.
Talk to him.
The hurt though.
Huh?
That's not an excuse.
You have a lot
Your granny?
No. When people say hurt people, that's not an excuse to still hurt somebody because you're hurt. Go get your like, what do you mean? I hate when people
What I'm saying is when you're hurt, you're not in the right place. So you end up hurting people that you don't mean to hurt. It's not your intention. Say it again.
That's still not an excuse for you to hurt somebody.
But no one understood the pain he was going through. So no one took into account his pain. Why should I take into account someone else's pain? No one's thinking about my pain right now.
Cardi didn't kill his grandma.
How you know?
How you know?
Acting like she the one who went and pulled the plug to kill this woman. Like, yo.
Cardi boy.
So y'all know how do y'all think that Offset is beset with a lot of different women coming his way? You know what I'm saying? Like it's being a famous rapper and being a rich rapper is very.
I want to throw a monkey wrench though.
I could imagine, and especially if you always touring or doing shows or even in the studio all the time. There's a lot of women out here that's throwing themselves at you. How do you
make this argument?
Are you saying you can't
I'm
control yourself
asking a
as a
question?
man?
It's not an argument. It's not an argument.
Wait. All right, what'd you say, bitch?
I said I hate when men make this argument as if women don't get pursued all the time.
No,
yes, Offset is a millionaire. Yes, he tours. Yes, plenty of women go after him. I would guarantee every penny both of them are worth that Cardi B has way more men going after her, and half of them look better than Offset.
So what? Y'all was taught to sit on that.
What?
Probably
it ain't about who looks better.
So it's just ridiculous to me that y'all make that pathetic argument because y'all are too weak to know how to do yourself.
Weak.
Y'all are weak.
No, she's too weak to handle the pressures of my man Green.
But if I can turn down a man that looks better and has more money than the man I'm committed to, then you can say no to these groupie boys that is all.
So wait, are those
y'all are weak. Y'all aren't used to being pursued. So when you finally get some stature and get pursued, you don't know how to act. And we supposed to be.
I don't know about other men,
these women and these women are ruthless, and these women are this. Okay, so what about the nigga who bought me a helicopter? What, I'm supposed to just that's good enough excuse for me to pop pussy to him?
Keep that WAP to yourself, huh? That's my WAP.
That's my WAP.
Women make that argument. It just shows how weak y'all are.
You know what
I don't like the word you're using. I don't like the word you're using.
WEAK.
I feel attacked.
I think we need to
I do.
I think we need to take a second, and Denise is very, very spicy today. I don't know.
I don't like it.
Oh, that's what the red shirt is about.
The red,
like a little ball.
And people in her eyes, and she attacking everybody.
You call me weak. Weak.
I think we need to do therapy. We need to do therapy for V.
Only thing I do, only weak thing that's in me is my knees, because I get weak in my knees and I can hardly.
Because you don't know how to keep it to yourself. Weak.
Hey, all right, so let me just say this, and I'm probably gonna get shot for it, but I'm gonna say it. I said it before. I didn't say it publicly, but I'll say it again. When our mind is telling us no, but our body is telling us yes, we have more blood. We have more blood flowing to our body than we have to our brain at that point. And when all the blood is just rushed, it's physics. When all the blood is flowing down there, and I'm at a rapid rate, and I'm
fuck,
I can't function properly. I can't.
Same science, B.
Weak. That's what y'all dick look like when y'all out here cheating on all these women.
Oh.
I'm sick of it.
Guess what? And if my dick weak, I go to the gas station.
Last more than 2 minutes.
Hey, it don't matter how long.
Not if he went to the gas station before he went to the house.
Who buys Viagra at the gas station?
Y'all buy that?
I know.
Why would a 28-year-old man need a Viagra?
Buy that.
It's called experimental drugs.
That's a whole nother conversation for a whole other day.
Yeah, what's going on
right now?
Right up. I don't know why I took this down.
It's some So basically, this. I guess we're gonna go into this part of the conversation, but I believe that Offset came out and said that he thought it was disrespectful. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys, because I don't know if I read fake news. But
I read the same thing, but I don't know if it's fake news either.
But I mean, let's go with the narrative though. The narrative that he thought it was disrespectful that she was making music like WAP, and you know what I mean. She was engaging in some of the activity that she was still engaging in once she was a married woman. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? And I'll start with Benice since she's so vocal today.
I think that's ridiculous. He knew that first of all, WAP made her so much money that it is hard for me to believe that Offset really sat there and said to himself that he gave a fuck that much about.
Is it always about the dollar?
How much money that made them as a married couple. They're married. They're one. They're union now. Number one. Number two, did Offset's music change when he got married? I don't recall. I don't think so.
He said, walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it.
One song. He dropped more than that since he's been married.
He does not rap about misogynistic things, though.
He really don't. Like, he's not.
He don't rap about cheating
rapper at all.
I didn't say he rapped about. I mean, she didn't rap about cheating. She just said she had a WAP.
He don't talk about his dick.
But regardless, it's like I don't see how. I just feel like
his piece.
Because one, you knew she was a female rapper. Two, you knew she was a female rapper who was more concerned about getting this money than actual talent. Because let's be honest, Cardi B is not that talented of a rapper. No shade. She has a
sound like shade to me.
Own music. She does not write her own music. So of course
she don't write some music.
Writing music, huh?
No,
she don't write some of her.
Now
music.
what you're doing is you're getting away from the
Grammy off of how many of those songs did she write, Scoop?
Well, listen, this is
Let
the
me
thing.
tell you
We
something,
don't know
Vinny.
because
I'm asking Scoop a question.
No, listen. We don't know how many of those songs she wrote because
she said herself that other people wrote those songs.
Other people wrote on those songs. That don't mean they wrote the whole song.
So she
has writers credits.
And she has
coming from a rapper.
That other people be writing her hits.
If we make a song, say if Talk Heavy, if I'm making a song, if V is in there and V grab a tambourine and go like this, she gets writer's credit. So all I'm saying is sometimes people take that a little too far.
On her album that she's not even credited for.
Cardi B is talented.
I'm not.
She's always gonna be credited.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I'm not saying she's not.
She's
talented,
the performer. She's
but
always gonna be
she's a much
credited
better
for it.
performer, and she's a much better at her delivery. She's not a writer. She's not a Nicki Minaj. Like she's not.
But guess what? Guess what?
Those two write their
Guess
own
what?
rhymes, and those two are good performers, and those two also have a dope delivery. But like in the reference to Cardi B and Offset, it's like I don't get how you can sit here and say that that's disrespectful. Because one, you knew what you was marrying. It's not like she came out of nowhere and just flipped who she was out of nowhere. Like you knew exactly who that girl was when you decided to marry her. She was a former stripper. Of course, she's gonna rap about her WAP. That doesn't even make it for her to rap about anything else. Taj himself said, "I don't want to hear anything else out of a female."
You did.
That's what Cardi B would say. She would agree because that's selling. So it's like,
you did say that, Taj.
Yes. And honestly, it's hard for me to believe if he did say that, because to me, it's just a rumor right now. But if he did say that, I just feel like that's just an excuse to use to make it look less, like put the light off of him right now. But I don't think he truly believes that.
Well,
how do you know what he believes?
Because why would you marry her if you knew who she was before you married her? That's the issue. Is y'all be trying to marry these hoes and think that they gonna switch because you put a ring on their finger.
You better switch.
I've never been.
I've never been switch who you is.
Well, the true story of the matter is Cardi says she left before she got hurt again. And after a while, you just get to a point where like, I'm not just gonna sit here and wait for the next time you cheat. Like she just got tired of it. So it wasn't because she cheated like right now or nothing like that or nothing of the sort.
She said sometimes people grow apart.
Yeah, they just grew apart. Like after you get hurt, I guess a couple of times, she's like, it's not going back to the same way. Like you don't vibe the same after you cheated 55.
You know what?
I didn't get.
I'm with.
Wanted to take him back the first time he got caught, because y'all remember when he came out and tried to surprise her at her concert, brought out all those flowers and all that type of stuff, and she was fully annoyed, cussing him out off stage, cut her mic off, like, why are you here? So to me, that's a clear indication she wasn't trying to go back with him. Like her publicist probably told her it made sense.
It bought him a couple years though.
It did.
But it damn sure did. But guess what? You know what? I'm gonna just say this: women are weak. Because it seems like these women these days just can't weather the storm. What would we say before? Our grandmothers would have never stood for this.
All right, but wait.
You know
like,
what?
Come on now, stick it out.
I would be on your side if Cardi wasn't the bigger artist.
Right, but all this, people grow apart. What about people that have been together for 57 years?
That's right. You think it's been all peaches and cream?
You grow apart and you grow back together.
I think that argument only works if Offset was the bigger artist. Cardi is a way bigger artist.
I don't think it. See. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the marriage.
It doesn't work.
It do got to do with the matter though. She left him. She said, "Move, shoot."
And that's what Todd is saying. Todd is saying these women are not built like the women of yesteryear. Your body, man. Huh?
I don't want
these women of yesteryear.
Huh?
These women, women these days, hey, I want y'all to have your independence. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. But y'all getting a little too independent out here. Y'all just don't need men no more. Women just don't need men no more. The shit is sad.
Hold on. Todd, how would you know what women was like back in the day, dog? How would you know that?
Because I have parents and grandparents.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you why Taj know. Because back in the day, all of them still married. Now Taj the only person that he know with two parents that's still together. He is the only person. Oh, and V. Taj and V the only two people I know.
Me and V the only two people that
who parents still together. Back in the day, everybody's still together. They like, man, listen, we done made it this far. I don't know why we gonna stop now.
My dad's in his 70s, so.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, you know what, Todd? I think you brought up a good point. I like that.
He did not. No, he did not. Women are not weak. We are more independent, and if you don't want to,
why are y'all not sticking things out? Like, why is everything let's get divorced? If you got married, which is a lifetime commitment, commitment. It's a lifetime. You dedicated your life to this person before God and a bunch of ugly family members you probably don't even like.
No, it ain't.
But you made that commitment in front of those people.
No, Todd, it ain't no damn lifetime commitment.
Hold on.
It's supposed to be one.
It's supposed to
Damn
be.
lifetime. It ain't been a lifetime commitment since 1200 BC, dog.
But guess what?
That ain't no
Scott? That
damn
might be
lifetime
your life,
commitment.
but that ain't my life.
That's right. Tell him, Todd.
But regardless, you still also made a vow, did you not? So when you break that vow,
And you know what the vow is? For better or for worse, for sickness and health, for richer or for poor. And guess what?
and none of that refers to you breaking the vows that you promised.
For through thickness and thin. And sometimes thickness is thick as hell. And you got to get through that thickness. You got to get over. You got to get over that hump.
Hold on,
one more time.
let me ask Todd your question. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, ask me a
Go
question.
ahead, Scott.
So when if your wife cheat on you, you gonna stay with her?
I don't get because this is the thing. Let me tell you something. The moment
You're a misogynistic prick.
I find out that my woman had been giving up the candy shop to another owner, then we can't no longer
Another owner.
We no longer go. When another man sees my woman,
Scott, we ain't
another
on
light.
that right now. Just listen.
If another man sees my woman, another light, I can no longer look at her the same.
We ain't had this Taj in a few episodes. This Taj is in rare form.
Todd, what's going on? What is it?
I'm here to speak facts.
This is Tipsy Todd right now. This Tipsy
We
Todd.
got Taj in rare form. We got the nice angry black woman today. It's on. It's on. We got Scott in here defending his boat and his hotel. Come on now. Come on. All we need is keep talking about Tiger and Nikki, and it's on.
I just feel like I'm the least one today. I feel like I'm the good one today. This is crazy.
All we need you to do is talk about your people, and it's on. Now you're gonna have your chance.
Todd,
Just a second.
Before we end, Todd, do you support the Mary J. Blige situation with her husband, her ex-husband?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. That's all I need to hear.
Absolutely.
Let me get this straight. You support Mary J. Blige's husband getting spousal support, but Dr. Dre's wife don't get shit. Oh my God, I wish I could smack the dog shit out of you like that.
This was old to them.
You are the biggest woman hater. You need to go and sit on the
Keep calling you out.
V, let me explain something to you. Listen to me. Because
you're not gonna sit here and argue with me that she did not make more money than that man.
Bernice Penn, I need you to listen to
her
me.
Build her career, and you're not gonna sit here and argue with me that her story.
Oh, Puffy built that career.
All the rest of these.
Let me explain something.
Hold up. All right, go ahead,
Kendu got what? He ended with $30,000 a month in temporary spousal support. Dr. Dre's wife want $2 million a month. She expended $900,000 entertainment.
Support. They should not get a dime. They should come in. They should leave with what they came in with. That nigga did not come in there with $30,000 a month.
But
why she yelling?
Did you also not remember that Kendu became her manager? Did Kendu not become her manager?
Talk about it, Todd.
Did Kendu not? So not only did they have a personal relationship and a marriage, they had a business arrangement.
You can't mention misogynistic and hate women and leave it at that. Because I'm not doing this today.
I love women. I love them by the pound. I can't wait until they put in their can.
No sense. You were so passionate on making so many, not even just Dr. There's been so many other women who we talked about on this podcast who you made the argument do not deserve a dime. You've said out of your mouth that you leave with what you came in with, but you have the audacity to sit here today and tell me that Mary J. Blige's husband deserved $30,000 a month. That
I don't think that's asking for too much.
What's that bad, King?
You missed what I said. Hold on, V missed what I said. I said, yes, you should leave what you come in with, but I think you should settle on a sizable amount, financial amount, so that I can set you up to go on so that I don't constantly have to keep paying to take care of you. Yes, we can settle. You want $10 million? We can give you $10 million, and I'm not taking care of you no more. You go flip that 10 mil and keep it moving, baby.
Bring up the receipts, Todd.
Okay, this is my thing though. If you're getting divorced, then why? Because I thought we were in we were in agreement in the sense of when you get a divorce, you get your settlement, Boom, move on. Spousal support is a continuous payment.
Temporary. Hindu got temporary spousal support. Temporary. He's probably not even getting it now. He ain't getting that power money. It was temporary.
And on top of that,
Taj
brought up a very good point that he was her manager. So he was not only her partner, but he was her business partner as well. Yeah. So they were making business moves together.
And Mary J money longer than power
was not
money.
A stay-at-home husband and just stayed in the house and got taken care of by Mary. He
handled business.
Manager. He handled business and
You know what, Taj? You're coming in strong. You're coming in hot. That's all I got to say.
I like it.
We need a prayer. Right. I need some Jesus going on this thing.
Y'all good now? Because we're going into something else right now. We're gonna talk about music. Now we left off on Mary J, so we're gonna dabble right to some music. We ain't talk about music in a long time. So somebody just dropped an album by the name of Big Shiggity Sean. And I would like to know what you guys think of that album. Now, I'm be honest with you, I ain't listened to it. So I'm going to talk to the experts, Taj and Scott. They listen to the album. What are your reviews on Big Sean's album?
Listen to that, Keith?
Wait. Let me ask a question before we do this. Is Big Sean one of your favorite artists? Because before somebody says some English shit about Sean and you start snapping, we need to make sure. yeah, we have to clear this with V first.
I don't want no smoke. How much do you like Big Sean?
I don't want to smoke today. So you like Sean?
we got to gauge this from 1 to 10.
Gauge how much where your anger going to be at. We can talk about this topic. Is this a safe topic? We good?
Y'all got it.
All right, go ahead, Scott. You just give us a review.
Oh, no, I love the album. I love it. I love the album. Like, the only song I didn't like on the album was the Post Malone John. That John was trash.
Okay.
I don't like Post at all. He sounds terrible, but it was great all the way through. Like a lot of self-reflection, a lot of wokeness, like y'all was saying, when Big Sean and him really self-reflecting on himself, talking about his insecurities, his depression, anxiety. I really like that. And then he had bars on this joint too. Let me tell y'all something though. That Erykah Badu interlude, yeah, no, it might have. It's sexually arousing. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
You know what? No,
I'm not keeping the video.
I was like chilling in my zone when I was listening to the album, and Janae Aiko has a feature on it, and she's on there. I think it's Body Language. She said something that really aroused me. I'm gonna just. She said, I was just like, is she talking like this?
Listen,
man.
Well, we talking about Miss Eat the Booty Like Groceries, so
yeah, that is Miss Eat the Booty Like Groceries.
He came out the gate smoking.
But no, Erykah Badu is she was amazing. He had Stevie on there though, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, he had a Dave Chappelle interlude. That joint was fun.
Like he
you
pulled
said
it all.
Stevie. I thought you was talking about Stevie J. I was about to say, okay.
Stevie. No, you mean
Stevie Wonder. Nah, they had some real inspirational stuff on there. I listened to it probably about 4 or 5.
How you feel about the Nipsey Hussle feature?
That was great, especially at the end where he had him talking like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna collaborate with Big Sean and them on the interview at the end." That was dope as hell. Like, and I think it kind of solidified to me that this is something that Nip really wanted to do rather than them putting him on there and making money.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was a song that was already recorded like before his untimely demise. So it's natural. It's not like they just stole it from somewhere. Not stole it, but just took it from somewhere. It was like, yo, we're gonna place this here. It was actually
like they used to remix Biggie and Tupac all their joints. I get you.
Yeah, like that type of situation. It was actually he recorded it for this song. So you know what I'm saying? It was a dope joint.
And that cover art is amazing. I love that cover art. It's a great cover art. Yeah, if y'all can see that joint is great.
Ooh,
I don't know how they shot it. I don't know how they did that.
But it's right there.
Yeah, that joint tough though.
Photoshop.
Oh, Photoshop. Yeah, that's a good ass Photoshop.
So, well, what you do is you take. So I mean, listening to you guys talk about the album, I'm definitely going to give it a listen now. Because sometimes you need somebody to kind of talk about something to act like to want to listen to it. So I mean, that brings up a question: where does Big Sean fit in his class, right? So Big Sean came out around between 2010 and 2013, that whole class is filled with so many dope artists. I mean, we talking from the Nickies and Drakes, we talking from the Meeks, the Kendricks, we talking the Wiz Khalifas, the Wale's, the who else we got in that class? The J. Cole's. You said who?
Big Kringle.
Big Crit.
Big Crit.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I'm like, huh?
Big Crit. It's a lot of dope artists from that era. I'm probably missing a lot of them. But, nah.
Wait, who?
You know what though? You know what?
Who?
Tiger.
Tiger?
Dancing. I'm
I'ma say
on Tiger like that.
I would say Tyler the Creator too. Y'all ain't even put
Tyler the Creator.
Wolf Gang.
We're not adding Tiger into that equation.
Tiger had
listen,
he had Rack City.
Rack City, Rack City.
Yeah, everybody was in there singing Rack City at that time.
Tiger's a hit maker.
That's very true. That is true.
He is a hit maker.
You're
right about that. Tiger's a hit maker.
Yes.
If you want to go
So I guess with that being said, can you guys form a top 5? Who's your top 5 from that era?
But are you saying with Big Sean or just?
Well, if you want to add Big Sean,
from
if
that
you
class,
don't, because I think that Big Sean gets underrated when it comes to the era. I think that he ranks higher than a lot of people put him in that era. Like he's almost like the little brother they forget about. You always talk about Cole, Drake, and
that's fact.
You know what I'm saying?
To J. Cole's, I forget what was the album he had. Forrest. Yes, that one. I went to his concert for that, and Big Sean opened for him, and Big Sean had more hits than he did.
Right.
Dang,
Exactly.
He's really underrated. Like I was like, low key, this should have been Big Sean's concert. Like,
exactly.
I say to J. Cole because I'm a huge J. Cole fan, but when I was there, I'm like, Big Sean definitely should have been the headliner of this concert because he had way more hits and he could have gone longer.
You said you're a J. Cole fan.
Yeah, right. Everybody put J. Cole in their top 5.
Everybody put J. Cole in their top 5.
Please put J. Cole.
You know, I was hated for my top 5 years ago because I had Meek in it.
Well, okay. So, all right. So let's just do it like this.
So we started from 09 to 2013? Or 08 to 2013?
Give me your top 5 from that era. You know that era. We ain't even about to give it years.
All right.
Yeah,
you start off. You start off. Give me your top 5.
Who, me?
Unless y'all, I mean, I can get cracking if you want.
Oh, go ahead, get it cracking then.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with Drake. Drake's number 1 in that. You know what I'm saying? He's the biggest artist from that era. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock him. I'm just going with that. It's Drake.
Yeah,
self-explanatory. Second, I'm gonna go with somebody who I think is lyrically leaps and bounds above everybody in that class, who is Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, he comes second in my top 5 from that era. Third, don't argue with me. I don't want to hear it. Meek. I don't care.
Meek is third.
Yep. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No, it's my top 5. This is mine. 215.
All right.
215 is in the building. I don't want to hear it.
Wait. Why? Why is Meek 3? Why is Meek 3?
Because he makes the best songs to work out to and to get hype on. If you want to go out, play Meek in that era is nobody in that era. And I'm talking about Drake, all of them. They ain't touching me when it come to that. Meek is the best in that class for that. So if you so strong in one category, and he from Philly, if you're so strong in one category, the best in the category, I'm gonna give you the nod on that one.
So because he make good workout songs, he top 3?
Because he makes good party songs.
And party songs?
Good get hype songs.
Good get high songs.
Music. And he's the only one from that era that speaks the language of the streets.
That's Cab.
Who?
Man, listen, ain't nobody trying to hear Kendrick talk about something. We broke in a couple niggas' houses after I took my mama van. I'm not trying to hear that.
That's literally speaking to the streets, though. That's literally what he was doing.
That's speaking to them broke niggas who used to wear big pants with holes in school. I'm talking about the niggas who was on the corner who grabbed 4.5 and was getting busy. That's who me speak to.
And who said that bar that you?
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Who said the bar that you just said?
What the what John?
You said somebody will break into a van and some shit like that. Who said that?
Oh no, that's what Kendrick Cole's first album was about.
Oh,
He stole his
That's
mama
not
van.
what the album was about. What is going
His
on?
album
His
cover
mom
was
van
a
was breaking
van.
in the
What the
house.
album was about?
And yo, his mom
Right.
was cussing him out on a voicemail, like, bring my
Kendrick
car
Cole's
back.
first album is about stealing his mom van, getting hurt by Charlamagne, getting into it. Somebody
get
shooting at
burnt.
his friends,
He didn't
and
get
his
burnt.
man gets shot.
Yeah.
He got burnt. You know what I'm saying? He got slipped some wet,
He
some
did.
shenanigans.
He did.
You know
Them
what I'm saying?
shenanigans. Yeah.
And I don't even know if Kendrick ever made it home, to be honest. I don't know if his mom ever got the van back or none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what his album is about. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. That's his section of the streets. But I'm talking about, just like I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the niggas that get busy, them, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas that's out there, grab 4.5, make it flip, make it happen. Meek talk to them, and don't nobody from that era talk to them like Meek. You know what I'm saying? So I think Meek has that, and nobody in his class can do what he does when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got Meek third. Number 4.
Let him get through his list.
Go.
And I take my number 4 is Nicki Minaj. She was gonna be number 5. I don't really listen to Nicki because I don't want to hear about all that, eat it like a cupcake and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But her numbers don't lie. Her lyrical prowess is very much there. And she's the truth. She had the game on smash from when she came out up until Cardi B. That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Which was only a couple of years ago. So after Nicki Minaj, I'm going to put the underrated Big Sean in there. Big Sean is my number 5 in that top 5 list in that era. And Big Sean is in there because I think lyrically he's underrated, and I think he makes great songs as well. And the best rapper in that list stole his whole flow.
that's true. Super duper.
Who stole his flow?
First of all, if you talking about Drake stole Draco's flow.
Who stole Big Sean flow?
He stole my whole flow.
Drake stole Sean.
Drake, okay.
Oh, Drake did?
Yeah.
Come on, Charlotte.
Drake
Oh,
stole-
how young are you? You don't remember this whole thing? This whole fiasco going down?
I remember, but I know that Drake got many different flows. Drake got mad flows.
Yeah. The whole Drake flow that got him put on. You might have everything. That whole all them songs so far gone. Yeah, that's Big Sean. So that's my list. You know what I'm saying? And Ro, you want to go next?
Yeah, let me go next so I can piss everybody
We
off.
press for time. Let's get it.
All right. Now I really want to put Lil B in this, but I'm not.
Yo,
I'm
The curse is
saying
real,
Big
though.
Sean really was that bull, but I'm
The
not.
curse is
I feel like
real.
that was before though. That was like 08.
Well, he was in the 2010 freshman class.
Yeah, like,
draft,
you're still
but
talking about the
but he
era.
was out way before that.
But I think my number 1 got to be Nicki. She had every girl in the world wanting to be her. She had the biggest impact on the world at that time, even before Drake dropped his first album. Then you gotta go with Drake. Because Drake
Wait, what was their impact?
Who was her impact?
What was her impact?
What?
You gotta explain this. Over Drake?
Drake.
Hey,
Over
Scotty, are you
Hey.
old enough to vote?
What are you talking about?
Over Drake?
How old were you? Like, how old are you now?
Over Drake though. That's all.
Yeah,
that's
she
what I'm
had Drake. Nicki was the biggest artist in Young Money. She was the top. She was top dog. It was
Yeah,
Nicki and
Drake came and smoked her ass like a Lucy.
No
That's what
way.
I'm saying. What did you talk?
Yeah, it was
He
Wayne.
was though.
Nicki dropped her
I gotta
album
make this.
first.
I gotta make this
I
face
mean,
ass.
what he's saying is very true though, because if we're talking about that specific era, like 09 to
Exactly.
13,
Pink Floyd.
I have to agree that like yes, Drake started popping off, but he wasn't the Drake that we know now.
Now, yeah, he not Drake now.
But
After
at
Take Care came out.
First of all, Take Care was better than anything Nicki ever put out.
Take Care
Let's keep
came
it a
out
bean.
after
Come
Pink
on.
Let's
Friday.
keep it a bean. What did we talk about?
Pink Friday came out first.
Huh?
Pink Friday came out first. That's why Nicki was on top first. That's what you missing the whole point.
We said
Take
that
Care
era.
came out.
Who the best of that era, right? Drake, Take Care came out 2013. I remember that.
Take Care didn't come out 2013, came out 2011. So stop talking. Let me get to my list.
Take Care did not come out.
Yeah, yo, Scott, you
Take
gotta
Care
stop
came out.
coming off on the list.
Take Care came out my junior year of high school.
I'm just trying to figure out even
be gone, Scotty. Be
even if I
gone.
got the year, even if the year is wrong, right? Even if the year is wrong,
You're
right?
2 years off.
But that's still more of a point. It came out in 2011. That means
Nicki
Drake been
had-
running shit since 2011.
Nicki had young bitches wearing pink wigs and bangs for years.
That's
and
very
she
true.
had-
Lil Mama did it. Nobody
gave a
Nicki
You
did
know
it,
how many
everybody did it.
times you seen a girl that said, "I'm Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky"? She had girls with British accents.
I'm baffled by how you don't know Nicki was the biggest artist in the world at the time.
Hey, Keith, it's cool. Keep going. He's not old enough to vote yet. Just go ahead.
I'm
Go
so
to the
bad.
next.
But then this Drake, because Drake started to pop off, Drake started to go crazy, started to go down. I want to put Meek third, but I feel like Kendrick went off first, so I'm gonna put Kendrick third. I'm gonna go with Meek fourth, because I feel like nothing better than what Meek used to call, used to come at old niggas, say, you old ass niggas ain't got money like me, you old niggas always hating. That Meek, that Meek guy.
That boy was right.
That boy was bad.
He was different.
He was different. He really got bars. Now I really don't know who I'll put in my fifth spot. I really want to put Wale because I really love the song Sabotage with all my heart.
Wale. Ooh, this is hard.
But I gotta put Big Sean. I gotta put Sean at number 5. Wale number 6 though on my list.
Dang, this is hard.
I'm ready.
Oh, let Scott go. Please let Scott go.
Let's see some ignorant shit.
I don't care about your list. You just gave trash reasons for why you putting them at the top.
He was the biggest artist. How was the biggest artist in the
That
world?
was the only thing I was saying. That's all I'm trying to clear. I'm like, why? What is
the biggest artist in the world? How is that a trash reason?
that doesn't equate to quality.
What? She can rap. She's got the most sales. She's the biggest artist.
Who was the most watched? What was the most watched music video on YouTube for a while? The Gangnam Style, Oppa Gangnam Style. That they top 5 because they dropped
that. Is that
that.
a rap album? Is that a rap
No,
song?
but that's a song.
So
even in any section, it don't matter.
So what are you speaking to? Are you speaking of numbers or quality of music?
No, you speak to the quality of the music.
But you just said what do the record executives do? Record executives look for numbers. Am I
I'm
right?
not a record executive.
Then you just
What are you
use that as
talking
an
about?
example.
Okay,
I'm not a
okay. So
record
if we're
executive.
going here,
I know you're not. I'm just saying,
really
maybe use
split
that as
though.
an-
real quick, if we going overall lyricism, impact, numbers,
Yeah.
look, he has a good argument. I'm not mad at Keith saying Nicki number 1. If we count in all of the above, because she checks every box and she ran laps around her field
Right.
for years.
I agree. I'm just saying that I don't think she did it better than some of the other people that I'm about to list. You feel me? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
your list better be all time.
Number one on my list is Kendrick Lamar. That's no surprise
Kendrick?
to nobody.
What do you mean, Kendrick? Give me a reason.
Like you said, Kendrick Lamar is lyrically, he's way above mostly everybody else in that class lyrically. He has so many different flows. His album, he makes masterpieces of albums. Like his albums are masterpieces. One of his albums won a Pulitzer Award. What? A Pulitzer Award. So like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Who put Kendrick on?
Huh?
Who put Kendrick on?
That don't matter.
Who put Kendrick on?
That don't matter.
That don't matter.
Let him get through this, please.
That don't matter. That don't matter. That don't matter.
When I remember Drake
I
put
got
Kendrick
time
on the
today,
song, that's
Lee.
like-
I got time today. Oh, you got time.
Yeah, I got time for the smoke. What's
Well,
up?
get through your list.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Just get to number 2. Get to
All
number
right,
2.
But Kendrick was telling stories for the young kids who grew up in the hood, man. That was me. So he really spoke to me back in the day. Huh?
You from the suburbs.
No, I didn't actually. I grew up near 50. I grew up in Frankfurt in Northeast.
Frankfurt.
56 and Whitby too, Southwest. So I was all over the hood. But
So
number
I used to be on Whitby Street too. All right, go ahead.
Number two, though, I got Drake, and I don't think Drake needs any type of explanation. That's Drake. Number 3, huh? Would you like the? Oh, okay. I think we need a debate about that. That's Drake. He got hits upon hits upon hits, great albums.
Like if you're saying he doesn't need any explanation, then he should be number 1 on your list.
No, because Kendrick
Got a point there, V.
Reason why Drake. No, let me explain. Reason why I got Drake number 2 is for a couple reasons. Number one, he's not as good lyrically as Kendrick is. He doesn't make as good of music, in my opinion, as Kendrick does.
And his impact,
his cultural impact is much greater than Kendrick. I think from a concentrated perspective, the people that Kendrick talks to, he speaks more loudly to those people than Drake does to all the people that he does talk to. You feel me?
Okay, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
I value that. I value that a lot. That's why I like people like Common and Erica because they speak to a specific demographic of people. But yeah. For number 3, I got Cole. You know, Cold World, 2014 Forest Hill Drive, you know, Born Sinner, even For Your Eyes Only. Those albums is amazing. So I gotta have him up there. His bars, Friday Night Lights, when he came out back in what happened? What
are you blowing at?
What happened? What you
got something to say? I clicked Ty's mic off by accident. I didn't mean to do that.
No. And then number 4, I got Nicki.
Okay.
For the same reasons that you said.
Because she's the biggest artist in the world.
She was at one point. She was the biggest artist in the world, but I think all of these artists at one point were, you know, biggest artists at that time. So
when was J. Cole ever the biggest artist? When the
fuck
was J. Cole ever?
We're not gonna act like
Cole went platinum with no features.
Yeah, we're not gonna act like he ain't go double platinum.
You just said all that don't matter, but now it matter.
We're 1,500 streams. We're not gonna act like he didn't go.
Matter, but then Cole it mattered to him. This is
okay. Hold on. We said the biggest in the world, right? I said at one point all of these artists were the biggest
Cole was never
in the world. Huh?
He was never bigger than Drake. At no point in time when him and Drake was out was he bigger than Drake. Nicki was actually bigger than Drake. When
2014 Hills Drive dropped, Cole was the hottest thing out right now. Bro, everybody knew the Wet Dreams, No Role Models, A Tale of Two Cities. Everybody was listening to that.
Yeah,
Love Yours. Everybody was listening to that. You forgot?
Cole never eclipsed Drake, but I get what you're saying now.
At one moment in time, there are moments.
At a moment, he was huge.
Yeah, exactly.
But not bigger than Drake.
There you go. But go ahead.
Think about Nicki.
Who's number who?
Anyway.
Oh, you gave all 5 of yours.
No, I got one more. I got Big Sean. I would have never put Big Sean. That's 5. It's Kendrick, number 1, Drake, number 2, Cole, number 3, Nicki, number 4.
Oh, okay. So you put Cole before my bad. I thought
Big Sean.
I heard you say Nicki, then you start talking about Cole. All right.
Yeah, Big Sean. I got Big Sean, and I would never put him in there, but this new album definitely put him top 5.
Okay, no, the man.
Yeah, that's my man now. Yeah.
So what happened?
You got touch.
Man, I'm gonna just go with one of the most underrated artists as my first in my top 5, which is Wale. I'm gonna go Wale. And then next on my list is Pusha T.
Is that like are you doing personal preference?
Yeah.
From that, personal preference from that time.
Venice, obviously, because he put Wale then Pusha T.
Because I thought we were reading it based off of like.
But the AV, he put Pusha T.
I love Wale. I'm just asking because I was like, when I thought about it, I'm like,
are we not doing that? Their era from when they came out. So what are we talking about here?
I mean,
Pusha T came out when I was in the 5th grade.
But Scotty just
but he put his first solo project out in 2011.
You know what? You got me. All right, my bad. Go ahead. Let me put some respect on it.
It was called Fear of God 2, Let Us Pray.
Taj, he was with Clips though back in 05, dog.
Yeah, but I said solo, did I not?
I mean,
you know what?
Let him ride. 2 Chainz was a freshman. Right?
Can I ask a clarifying question? Are we
go ahead.
basing this off of their career during that time? Or are we basing it off of artists who came out at that time and still are like, we're putting their whole entire career?
Everyone was doing
Pusha T is still relevant. Is he not? Did he not just have a beef?
No, I'm saying until Scotty just went, I thought we were basing this off of that era by itself.
No, we're basing it off of that era up until now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Clarified?
Yep.
Number 3, Ricky Rose.
All right, Taj. I don't think you get it.
Not in that era.
Ross.
He was. Porter Miami
era with that beefing with 50.
Raw side niggas that's in that era.
When did Port of Miami 2 come out?
You might have a point. What year did Diced Pineapples come out?
No. You're asking the wrong question.
When did Port of Miami come out?
No,
Port of Miami came out.
Y'all should be asking when did Every Day I'm Hustling came out? Because that's when he came out.
Yeah, which is 06.
That's
exactly. We're talking about 2010, 2011, like that.
Yeah, but like,
you know what? Go ahead. Jay-Z next.
That's like saying when did Self-Made come out? Like, no, you can't.
Well, J. Cole is next.
Jay-Z next. All right.
J. Cole is next.
We gonna say Pac next.
Pac, number 5. After that, it's Tupac. So you know. So my list consists of Wale, Pusha T, Rick Ross, J. Cole, and Meek Mill.
But you can't have Rick Ross in there.
That's the word.
You know what?
We can't put Push in there neither, dog.
We can't
Rick Ross did not come out in that era. Like,
it was only 4 years off.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Cardi B just came out like 2 years ago. Like, that's a lie.
He the biggest boss that you've seen thus far.
Todd, how you ask V, does she need more clarity, and you do the shit wrong?
I didn't do it wrong.
You getting the Kanye face, dog.
Todd, what grade were you in when Every Day I Come Hustling?
I was in grade school. So you had to be like fucking kindergarten.
I was in grade school in 06.
Jesus.
Like first, second grade.
V, please bring us home. I'm glad Todd didn't go last.
Oh my God.
Oh, because I said Rick Ross?
Yes.
He's not that era. Ross is 40. He's like 45. Dog.
No, we gave you a pass for Pusha T. You like
right.
Pusha T reinvented himself as a solo artist.
Y'all don't know culture.
Pusha was beefing with Wayne, my nigga. Him and Wayne
Right.
was beefing.
Culture.
The old nigga.
Culture. Y'all don't know
This is an
culture.
old head, dog.
I don't know culture. I'm not arguing with a bunch of people who don't know culture.
Oh, all right. You talk about never mind. Just go ahead.
Everybody else is against you. It's you. It's not.
You don't know culture. You don't know culture, V. Let's see what your little whack list is.
Just said
You
Pusha.
didn't even follow the rules.
I'm an untraditional nigga.
You should have said Cashley then. He had a beef at that fucking time.
Might as well have said Hove at that point.
Right.
I mean, I should have just said Biggie, but fuck it.
Yeah, you might as well.
It's only 20 years off. What the fuck you mean?
Ross came out in 06. That's not even in the 90s. Come on, give me like Venice. Can you go ahead? Venice, can you go?
Yeah. I'll make it. So I have at number 1 Drake. Number 2 and 3 is a tie for me. So I'm going Kendrick, Nicki. Number 4, I have to so number 4 is hard for me. But I'm gonna have to go Cole. And number 5, I'm going with Big Sean.
Who you was thinking about for number 4?
The longevity of the career, I couldn't do it. But if we were doing that era, then I would have had Wale in there.
Oh, you was thinking about Wale over Cole.
So before
I wouldn't say I was thinking about him over Cole. I probably would have put him in there maybe instead of Big Sean.
Okay.
But, yeah. Because that's when like Ambition came out. That was when he was like real big in like MMG and all that type of stuff. So yeah, Wale would have been in my top 5.
So I got a question. Did we all just put Big Sean in there just because, or do we all really feel like
he was definitely gonna be in there? Because I've always made that argument that Big Sean was 1, underrated. 2, his like play on words is like amazing. Like when you really sit down and listen to his lyrics, the way he plays with words is a way that a lot of rappers don't.
Oh, so you like his wordplay? Okay.
I'm talking Rick Ross.
He's the biggest boss that you've seen this far.
Came out in 06. Like
He owns multiple
Like,
Wingstops.
you like-
He owns multiple Wingstops.
Yo, quick question before we move on to the was I wrong? Is 2 Chainz in that era?
He is. I should have said 2 Chainz.
What year did 2 Chainz come out?
I'm trying to think. Are we counting? Because we're not counting Titty Boy. We counting 2
Hold
Chainz.
on.
2 Chainz is in the
Not
era.
Titty
Yeah.
Boy, but 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is in the era, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
he still
would
he
say.
still don't make the list to me, but I just was
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah, I
2012,
don't know why he was
2013.
mentioning. He had like birthday song. That's his thing.
Yeah, 2011. 2011 is first album. Yeah.
honorable mention, man. Shout out to 2 Chainz. We forgot about you, baby boy.
See the boy.
I ain't forget about him. I just put him in the shit.
Nigga, he said I'm different. I'm different.
He did do the remix to the Weeknd song. That shit was hot.
He should have did a remix with himself like R. Kelly.
All right, so listen, moving on to our next segment. It's called Was I Wrong? But before we move on to Was I Wrong, we have a word from our sponsors, which is Talk Heavy, Talk HVY. You can follow us there, like us there, watch us there on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Ladies, if you're feeling down, feeling a little hit, holla at _ Just Brit for your lashes, weave, and nails, and all your other beauty supplies. And if you need another podcast to listen to, go on over to Sip and Spill, where you can sit, chill, and listen to V talk crazy. Now, we have Was I Wrong coming up. I got a story for y'all. So I'm gonna pull it I guess we call this a page out of Scotty book now. So
Page out of my book.
Yeah.
Yeah, telling us irrelevant information that nobody else.
I'm pulling the page out of Scotty book. It was about 1997, 1998. I was about 7, 8 years old. And it was like Thanksgiving. It was a chilly night. And the whole family was over. You know, Thanksgiving, everybody is at my mom's crib, the grandma, I don't know what you call them, mama, grandma, whoever you call them. Boom. All the cousins is over. I'm talking about the big ones, little ones, fat ones, skinny ones, right? So we go outside. This at the part where everybody done ate. Now everybody going outside to play. We out there, we playing. We doing all kinds of stuff. When you kids, you do dumb stuff, we thought it was a good idea to start throwing rocks. So, I'm gonna get you. I grabbed the rock, I threw it, and I broke my Aunt Trina car window. Now she had a Mercedes-Benz. She ain't had no dinosaur. If it was 97, she had a 97 Benz. So I broke the back window of the car. So everybody, ooh, we came to an agreement that we wasn't gonna tell, don't nobody know. We ain't gonna say nothing. When she found out, she went crazy. But the problem is, she didn't ask no questions. She went and snapped on my other cousin and whooped his ass. Like, she didn't ask who did it, nothing. So I'm like, the nigga, this is the crazy thing. He wasn't even over there when it happened. So I don't even think he realized what he was even getting beat for. But one thing I do know is he stood tall. He ain't never say, I ain't do it. He ain't say nothing. He took that ass whooping like a champ. And it was like the mob, like all the other cousins were just sitting there like this. We just looked at him like, you're a real one, man. You're a real one. But I never came clean until today. So I'm asking y'all, was I wrong for letting my cousin get his get his ass whooped because I decided not to say nothing?
He was wrong. But hold on.
You know what?
Wrong.
You wasn't wrong. You wasn't wrong for that.
Why wasn't he
I
wrong?
mean, what was I to do? Scott asked the question earlier. What was my alternative?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the only thing, because you would have got your ass beat. So it's just like, why would I risk the ass whooping? Like you said, we all agreed we not gonna tell nobody. Now he wasn't even around, so he got kind of caught off guard. Look at this kid. You couldn't deny a face like that. Could you deny a face like that?
Come on now.
That's you, Scoop.
Yeah.
That's Scoop. He had the line. Oh, damn.
Oh yeah, it was the 90s. We all had parts in little boxes. Had the Martin Lawrence haircut. But yeah, man, you know, like, come on now. I couldn't, like, I didn't want no parts of whatever was going on over there. I couldn't take that. No, because that was, it's a difference between a disciplined whooping and an angry whooping.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting an angry whooping, and it's deep because that ain't even his mama. So you know she was like, I was just like,
you was hella wrong. And I think the reason you was wrong though isn't because everybody's like, all right, we're not gonna snitch, right? That was you didn't snitch, nobody snitched. You lucky there because little kids will snitch on a second. I don't know what type of little kids you was hanging around.
Oh, we was moving
solid.
like a mob.
When you bad when you a kid, you get it. Like I was a kid that got in trouble a lot. So you can't fold because you get in trouble too much. Like so when you get in trouble a lot, you scared of ass whoopings. I was afraid of ass whoopings. Like so it's like you do whatever you got to do to make sure you don't get your ass whooped. Somebody else can get their ass whooped, but not me.
That's crazy.
Not me.
That's crazy.
I think that's what it takes to get out of ass whoopings.
Nah, dog.
Nah,
you out of
you try to beat if you try to beat 7, 8-year-old ties, shit, I can't breathe now.
You have an anxiety attack? Yeah. You have an anxiety attack?
Yeah, I just had attacks. Like, shit. You gotta find your way out of ass whoopings when you get them alive.
That's very true. That's very true.
I can't relate, but you know
what I mean? So I just didn't want no parts, man. You know what I mean? You know, a beating is like the biggest thing, the biggest punishment back then. And it's like, man, I ain't want it, man. But you know, me and him, we're real cool now. I took him out for his 21st birthday. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Years later.
V, you muted.
You muted, V.
All right. So he's younger than you?
No, he's 2 years older than me.
You just said you just took him out for his 20th.
No, I said I took him out for his 20th. That's when I found. That's when I told him about it.
Okay.
I'm just like, you know, that was me who did that all them years ago.
Dang.
You want to go somewhere?
You want to go somewhere? You want to go get something?
You know what he said? I said, you was the cold gangs. He told me, man, I don't even remember that, cuz. I said, dang, man, you cold, player. You cold, man. You know what I mean? You know, he said, man, I done been through so much more in my life. I don't even remember that, cuz. I said, dang, man.
The real test, right? And to really say if you was wrong, would you have done the same thing for him?
I'd have been like, it wasn't me. It was him. So, I don't know. But I know I would have tried to convince them that it wasn't me. Now, I would have probably been like this. I ain't going to tell you who it was, but it wasn't me, though. I swear. Mom, Dad.
That's like when you grow up in a house with siblings and somebody eat all the snacks in the house and everybody only had one, but it was a 24 variety pack, but everybody had
one.
Everybody had one.
Nobody had more than one. Like.
Right. Ain't nobody telling them. Like, I only had one.
Yeah, it's called dry snitching. Me and him ended up living together with my grandma, you know what I'm saying, later on. And whenever something happened in the house, there's only two possibilities. So the way you dry snitch is, I ain't saying I didn't, I ain't saying I did it. I'm just saying I didn't do it.
You're saying it wasn't me.
That's all I'm saying. You take it where you want to go from there.
Yeah. So you was a dry snitch. You was a snitch. You a rat, Scoop.
Yeah, snitch now. You was surprised.
He's a rat.
Boy, don't put that smut on my name. Don't put that smut on my name.
Scoop, you're a rat. It's okay. You're a rat. You a civilian. I just don't want you. I'm a civilian. I'm a podcaster. Yeah, you a podcaster. You ain't. I'm a podcaster. You ain't got no. You ain't hard.
Oh, all right now.
Oh.
That ain't what she said.
Why is that pause? Wait. Why is that pause? Why is that a pause? Why?
You being weird today, bro.
Why? How was that weird?
What's being weird today?
You was cool all the way until you said you ain't hard. What the fuck was that?
He said you ain't even hard, cuz.
Let
me see. What? God, relax.
He was about to Kurt walk and shit. Like, I'm like, damn.
Oh my god, dog.
Start talking crazy. So
Scoop always say he from the streets, raised by the streets. So I just want
raised by the streets, man. Born and raised by the streets.
You a damn lie, Scoop.
We moved in silence. Ain't nobody right. You know what I'm saying? And you know me. So shout out to all my cousins who stood tall. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saved me from that one. But next up, we got a romance with Ro. Now we talked about this before.
We had a pause in the comments too, but we had a pause in the comments too. Someone said pause.
Oh, somebody paused. Yeah, somebody paused in the comments too. See, there we go. Let's solidify.
Real T Money said pause.
Keith. No, I am not. Right now, Keith, still watching. I am not related to Future.
But you are related to Zion.
I'm related to Future because of the misogynistic comments I was making.
You are related.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That is tied. That's tied to the flesh. But anyway, next up we got romance with Ro. So Ro, take it away, man. What we got?
So, I hope everyone in the comments ready to hear a P snap again. We're going to be talking about breaks. Is having sex while on a break considered cheating?
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's called an entanglement.
Listen, Venice. It's cheating because if we made a decision to take a break, we are both supposed to be working on ourselves individually so that when we come back together, we can be better than we was when we separated. So you cannot be your best self while you're over here sucking and hopping on every Tom, Dick, and Harry around the corner. Even if you only messing with Harry and you ain't messing with Tom, you ain't got no business messing with Harry either. Because you're supposed to be working on yourself. So yes, that's cheating. Huh?
That means you can't sleep with nobody either.
You said what?
No, because you know me, I would be working on myself. And whatever that entails, it entails.
So you can sleep, but I can't.
It's not that. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
That's my grand.
Yeah, I can do what I want to do. I said it.
So here's the thing. You're supposed to be finding yourself, not somebody else. How you gonna tell me you don't know this thing? You're supposed to be working on yourself, honey.
Girls always falling in love. Girls always falling in love.
Rewind, because it seems like I'm the only one yet to have referred to myself. I'm asking what y'all are doing.
We didn't ask all that. It's the reason why you're the only one.
Question is,
what you tell Todd earlier?
I mean, if you sleep with somebody during a break, are you cheating? I said no, and I said that if I want to go get some good dick during a break, then that's my business.
How you even know if it's good?
So you need to answer the question for yourself.
Why you got a side nigga that's ready for when we get on a break?
I don't have
talk to her, Todd.
First of all, I'm always wanted. If you dating a woman that's not wanted, that's your own problem. Why would you want a woman who can't bag nobody else?
That's true. See, all right, so let me ask you a question. And this sounds very misogynistic, but if your man never cheats on you, how you gonna know he get bitches?
So then a woman has to hold on. So a woman has to cheat on you for you to know that she's wanted?
First of all, every woman is wanted.
Exactly. It's point blank period. Whether you're fat, ugly, skinny, or fat.
That's literally my point. So it's like, I don't have a side nigga, but there's definitely dudes there who want me. Like,
because it's dudes. First of all,
you hold on to something that's a hot commodity. Trust me.
I'm doing during the break. Neither one of y'all have addressed what y'all are doing during the break.
Because it ain't time for us right now. It's time for you women to be held accountable.
You worry about
what y'all do to us. That's what it's time for.
Right, because y'all misogynistic. Got it. Okay.
Absolutely.
I think on a real note, on my perspective, right? I think that you gotta define what a break is in a relationship. So if you think that a break is a breakup, then that's what it is for you. You define that within your. So you tell them, "Oh, I'm going to go get some dick." If we breaking up, right?
Who you telling that to? You ain't telling that to a mom.
Wait, why would you say that?
Oh
no. In so many different words, like no, I'm free to see whoever I want to see.
I just don't understand what a break is. Like if we're on a break, we broke up. Like
we took time apart.
Yeah, to you, but from my perspective, right? If I go on a break in a relationship, we put in a relationship on pause, right? So we gonna chill, whatever issues we got going on, we gonna pause it, think about it, come back. That's what the intention.
You don't watch other movies when you put one movie on pause. You keep that movie on pause.
This is true.
That is true.
Go watch other movies or a show or go.
You might get on Instagram.
That means you're greedy. Right? You might get on Instagram. You might get on Twitter. You feel me? You might watch a live or two, but you ain't gonna start another movie.
I don't understand what a break is. Like I can understand the whole if you're in a relationship and y'all, stop talking for like a few days or a week, but that's not a break to me. Like a break is a breakup in my mind. Like I don't get the difference.
A break is basically like, all right, it's a lot going on in a relationship right now. It's a lot of tension in the room. You can cut it with a knife. Let's take some space apart to appreciate each other, and let's come back. Let's reconvene.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if you address certain situations while you're in a certain state of mind, you that's when other things start coming about, because then you might argue so much that you get away from the point that you're actually arguing about because you're so upset.
So basically,
So
Taj,
let's just take some time.
So basically, Todd, what you're saying is when you ask, or if you're in a relationship and you ask a woman, let's take some time because it's a lot of tension and then let's reconvene, you expect her to wait for you while you can go out here and pass your dick around to the whole city if you like.
Not the whole city, V.
Not the whole city, but probably a few blocks.
Okay.
Not the whole city.
I'm not in support of that, V. I don't agree with that. I think
it's like no. But first of all, I'm very capable of keeping my penis in my pants. I'm very capable of doing it. That's not the problem here. And we're not addressing Taj's cheating history either. So
I guess we can, like you were saying, we can ask what a break is. This is the reason I just don't do breaks. Right? Because breaks are, I consider, an excuse to cheat.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing here? We're going on a break so you can do you without feeling obligated to explain anything to me. So I can do me without feeling like I got to be obligated to explain anything to you. Because when it comes down to it, all I'm gonna say is we was on a break, and you understand that we wasn't together at the time. So if we wasn't together at the time, how can you truly be mad at what I did?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in all seriousness, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not considered cheating, but at the same time, don't take them breaks. You're setting yourself up.
No. At the same time, you know what the fuck is going on. You know what's going on over here. Like, you're right. Because I was in a situation where in a relationship, I guess you can call it, when we decided to take a break. And on that break, she decided to partake in activities that she had no business partaking in. So I consider that was cheating. No, we weren't officially together, but she knew what the fuck was going on.
She knew the vibes.
Like, and I was actually the cause of the break, but that got nothing to do with it.
So,
I mean, you was hurt, wasn't she?
Would you? If you
hurt is an understatement.
If you don't consider it cheating, would you consider it like a break of trust?
It's not really. All right, like I said, it's really like on the grand scheme of things, it's really not cheating. But again, you know what's going on over here.
Is it breaking the person's trust? Because like, well, I'm trusting you not to do.
Yeah, nothing. Because now I can't trust you. So we break up for a week, and you already out here living foul. Like you've been living foul.
Like sex?
I don't feel like a week is a break. Like I think it has to be longer.
I don't know.
So what's a break, V?
Right.
I don't believe in breaks. To me, if you bring up the word break, to me, that's a break up. And I make that very evidently clear. Like, I don't believe in breaks.
You can use a break as an excuse to get out of a relationship, too.
But what if
we're going to take a break, but it's really a real breakup, but you're just saying it just so you can, I guess, let them off easy.
Let me ask you this then, V. So in the situation where, say, you've been frustrating your boyfriend, right? Making him mad.
Why can't he frustrate?
Because
this frustrating.
Yeah, just listen to this perspective, because this is important. This is important. You have to be doing it, because that's why. But you stressing him out. He ready to pull his damn hair. He smoking cigarettes every day. He started smoking cigs because of you. Yeah, he doing bad right now.
Right.
He like, I want to go on the break. I'm stressed the fuck out. You're stressing me out. What do you got to say about that? Like, you gonna go fuck somebody else because you stressing him out?
Well, first of all, I didn't say that I was going to go fuck somebody else. Number two, if he said, okay, rewind. Let me make something evidently clear. Again, if someone asked me for a break, that's a breakup. So if he said that, one, if I'm stressing him out to that end, we shouldn't be together, because I don't need to be that toxic towards somebody that I'm making them smoke cigarettes. That's already a breakup.
That was a joke.
You changed smoking black and mild. You know the vibes.
It's that. Okay, take the cigarettes out of it. Regardless, it's like, if it's that deep, why are we together if we can't communicate or figure it out? That's my whole thing. But let's go on. So if he asked me, you know what, let's take a break because I'm just really stressed out by you, blah, 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 that's a breakup. So am I going to feel obligated to go out and fuck somebody else? No, I've never fucked somebody else because of revenge or just because of a breakup. However, if I chose to, or if I wanted to, or if another woman who, you know, felt that way decided to, she's not wrong because it's a breakup.
So in no way, shape, or form are you going to sit there and say, you know what, man, maybe I could try to make things work with him. You just saying like we just breaking up. That's just what it is.
You said what?
So say if like what Scott said, the man came to you, he said those things. Are you at that point evaluating yourself and saying, well, maybe we can work this out? Or are you flat out saying exactly what you just said? Like, well, if it's that toxic, then we don't need to be together. Like, how are you carrying that?
Like in the sense of if he's coming to me saying I'm stressing him out this much and blah, 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 and all that type of stuff. Well, I mean, I just feel like we need to have an open dialogue about what it is that I'm stressing out about, what it is that I'm doing that's stressing you out, and what is it that you're doing to make me, or that maybe I react to cause me to act this way. But I just feel like that's an open dialogue and open communication between y'all. But again, I come from a household where my parents refused to go to bed angry at each other. They would be up talking that out. It didn't matter what time of the night it was. It didn't matter what time they had to get up in the morning. They were not going to bed angry at each other. So that's the type of household I grew up in. That's why I don't believe in breaks. I feel like you should be at a mature enough level by a certain age where you can communicate your emotions and have that open dialogue with your partner. And I also feel like communication is one of the most important things that makes a relationship thrive. So that's just how I feel.
I agree with you, but
I do think it's okay to like have space, but to me, space is like a few days to a week, but I don't consider that a break.
Okay. So, okay, all right. So you define it based on the time period.
Well, I'm saying, well, one, if you ask me for a break, I'm going to tell you that's a breakup.
So what if he say I need a week? What if he say I need a week? You give them a week or 2 weeks?
I mean, I've asked for like, okay, I can't talk to you today, or like I can't talk to you for the next 2 or 3 days, whatever, because I just need to calm down before I have this conversation with you. That's fine, as long as it's very clear.
No mute time.
As long as it's very clear that after whatever that period is, we're going to have a conversation and cool.
Okay.
Break to me.
Sounds like a break to me.
I'm
saying, if I go ghost on you for 2 days because I don't feel like talking to you, don't go find another dick.
But going ghost is not the same thing if I communicated to you that I can't talk to you right now.
That's what a break is, though. I think that's what we've been defining it as this whole time. Like when you having trouble in your relationship and y'all having trouble with each other, you got to get away from each other. That's what Tyler was saying.
You need a break from each other. Is what you're saying?
I don't.
Exactly.
Naturally, as a human, you need breaks from people in general.
Let's call it a small sabbatical. How about that?
A sabbatical. Hey, yo. School coming through with the vocab today.
V said, I need a...
I think about it. I feel like 24 hours is a good enough time for me, but...
No, I need more than that.
But you can't determine what somebody else needs.
Depending on how bad you got on nerves.
Realize these things before I get into a relationship. So it's like, if we go through something, it's kind of like, you know, if you need a day, that's cool. But once you calm down, we need to talk this out. Like, that's just...
But some things don't pop up until they pop up, though.
Exactly. That's also very true.
Okay.
That's what life come kick on your ass sometimes.
You can't predict everything. That's very true.
I hear you. I just don't agree because, again, I've just witnessed where, like I said, my parents made a decision that that's how they were going to move, and that's how they move. There's plenty of arguments where they probably could have gone weeks without speaking to each other, but they made that decision that was not how they wanted their relationship or their marriage to work. So,
but that's how their relationship worked, though. That might not be how yours work. Or mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that she has.
Okay.
And if that's something that he can't do, then it's just not going to work, because that's something that's important for me.
Well, in the words of the prophet, Andre 3000, he said, you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. So, So sometimes you have to adjust. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes. It was
yeah,
allowed
you-
to call sometimes. Check it
I
out.
don't do breaks. You want to break? We breaking out.
And this the last thing I'm gonna say though. We can say all we want, but people, when that love thing come in, a lot of things change. You can say all you want in the moment, but when you all in love and it change, a lot of things change. So
What I tell you the other day, Scott? Scott said, listen, he said it's about 1.5 billion other women as well. I said, Scott, now hold on. It is, but when you locked in with one person, all that 1 billion go out the window.
yeah,
Nigga.
right.
That shit go out
true.
the window.
That's true.
I don't care about that. I want you.
You start
That's
singing Lenny Williams.
That's
Girl, you
I get
know
low.
I love you.
okay.
My man Lenny said, I ain't even go.
No, come on,
So moral of the story for Roman and Terrell, no one really believes in breaks.
No, I
You
believe
gotta
it.
give someone space.
I believe
But
it's
you never know what's going to happen once you get there.
Yeah, you want space? We can go out to Fairmount Park, look up at the stars. That's about it. That's all you getting.
No, but you don't believe like don't talk to me for a day.
Go ahead.
The scoop.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, to me, I like V's parents model. Let's rap about it. Like for real. Like let's rap about it. Cause let's get to a point where we respect each other, because respect is key. We respect each other enough to hear where each other is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Once we get to that point, now I have to listen to where you're coming from. You have to listen to where I'm coming from. And we have to come to a solid resolution here.
Okay.
It may take some time, but we ain't like, come on, man. I ain't about to go off on a whole sabbatical or a small hiatus. We're not doing all that.
The tabernacle.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I don't know if I still got pettiness in me, but I cannot talk to you for a while.
Yeah, like something about the L word, man. We ain't, you know what I mean? If I got true love for you and all of that, I want to get through it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. Because when if I do go on that little situation and my memory get a little short and I get the winder, my eyes start going like this.
Wandering.
My neck start itching a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It get a little vicious. So, you know, that's where entanglements happen. You know what I mean? And you know, that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that women have more of a propensity to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Us men, we get a little goofy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how we get. Like, oh, she ain't answer the phone. She's sucking some dick right now. I know she is.
I don't know what it is, but if you don't answer the phone, you sucking dick. Point blank period. If I take the time on my day to call you and you don't answer, you're sucking dick.
I'm with my grandma right now.
No, you're not. Nobody spends that much time with their grandma. Nobody in this world spends that much time with their grandma. Not hearing.
Listen, she miss her granny, Taj. That's it.
Listen. Y'all are hilarious, dog. But I think V tired of y'all shit. Not even gonna lie.
No, it's not even that. It's just I don't get how y'all can say like, well, when love comes in the picture, blah 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 changes. It's like when you make a decision as a couple on something, then y'all have to keep each other accountable to stand on that. So I don't.
Yeah, so but you'll leave your man if he cheats. Whatever.
Because like even like Scoop just said how he agrees in that sense, and in your relationship, I'm assuming that y'all made that decision and that's what y'all follow.
Yeah, we wrap it out.
Exactly. So it's like, and I can guarantee he loves his girl and she loves him. So for y'all to like say that, I just don't get how you can say that. It just seems like y'all just never made that decision with your partner, and that's fine. Like that might not be a requirement for you, but that's a requirement for me. So I'm not going to say that I can be like, oh well, like the whole, what was the line you said, Scoop? Andre 3000 said.
Oh yeah, you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather.
Right, and I'm not saying that it's going to be a pretty picnic all the time, but I can say that if I feel like communication is key, and if that's something that's important to me, that I'm not going more than 24 hours without speaking to you, if we have a problem, then that's going to be something that we have to stand on, and we make that decision together as a couple.
That's true. Because a woman will remind you. Remember you said about the 20. Yeah,
well, I mean, I've even had, because like I said, I've even had exes keep me on that, like where I was like, no, I can't talk to you. And he was like, no, we made this decision. Like you brought it up.
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh shit.
So he's like, you brought it up, so we're gonna talk this out. And he was right. And I've done the same to him, but it's just when y'all make that decision, you can hold each other accountable on that.
You're right. Listen, you know what, V? When you're right, you're right.
Thanks.
Taj ain't trying to hear it, but when you're right, you're right. So we're gonna move on right now. You know what I'm saying? Ro, you got to end the statement, or you gave it already?
Oh, love is love and love is real. When you love a girl, you love the deal. But if we take a break, for heaven's sakes, use that vibrator till it breaks. And there we go.
Hey, there you go. Now you
I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it. So next up, we rocking out with Talk Heavy Court. Today is me versus Taj. And we're gonna talk. We talked about Joe Budden and Charlamagne have been going at it. You know what I'm saying? Joe Budden has an approach. We're just gonna get right into it. He has an approach right now. I believe he's approaching things on this more of a CEO type vibe. And he wants to own what he does, and I mean, and that's very noble. I like it. And then you have Charlamagne, who's like, come on, highest bidder, give me a contract. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do the deal, and we're gonna make this money together. Taj, his name says it all. CEO Taj, Scoop Burgundy, my name says it all. Let's do the deal, and that's that. That's what I'm rocking out with Charlamagne. He rocking out with Joe Budden. So,
Who got the
gonna flip the coin?
Yeah, I got it. Call it. What you want? Who want to call it?
one last week?
I did. So Scoop. I'll let Scoop call it. Scoop, go ahead and call it.
Heads like Charlamagne ball biscuit.
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
Oh, Todd, you can go first.
Ready, Taj? Wait, can you see the time? Yeah. Okay, ready?
Is the time right? Give me 2 seconds. Let me just make sure approach. Okay, Joe Budden versus the Charlamagne approach. Ready? I'm ready.
Yeah.
So the reason why I feel like the Joe Budden approach is a good approach, in my opinion, I feel like it's one of the best approaches that you can make. Because when I think of the Joe Budden approach, what I think of is an argument that I had a few months on Talk Heavy Court where we negotiated generational wealth. And I believe what Joe is currently doing is doing exactly that, generating generational wealth. Because when you go to these companies and you bring value to these companies, you have a name, you have numbers, you have everything to bring to the table. Your conversation then becomes different. You're no longer sitting at the table asking for money with your hand out. You're now coming to the table and saying, this is what I have, this is what you have. How can we meet in the middle, and how can we make a deal out of this? Because I bring value and you bring value. So again, there's nothing wrong with the Charlamagne approach where you work for these other networks. But when you're an owner, what you have to understand is you have a different conversation than these people who's negotiating to get signed to someone else. No, I'm independent. I own myself. I take all the risks because in the end, my family wins. Generational wealth is being built. My children can come work for this network now and don't have to go sign to a white man now. But again, there's nothing wrong with the Charlamagne approach, but don't speak to a conversation that you don't have, because your conversations are different when you walk in these rooms. You're asking for money. I'm walking in with I can walk in and say what I want and call the shots. And so can Charlamagne, but he's taking another approach. He's taking a more security approach. But I think when you're an entrepreneur, you have to do what Steve Harvey said, what I quote. He said, you have to jump. Now, it's going to take some time for your parachute to open, but every entrepreneur has to take that jump. And that's my piece.
All right, Scoop, you ready?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, judges, how are you today? My fellow comrade, CEO Taj, spoke about security. I believe the saying is secure the bag. I thoroughly believe in securing the bag, and that's what the Charlamagne approach is all about. These companies, 9 times out of 10, you don't have to walk up to them. They walk up to you, and they have a bag in their hand. And they have a contract in their hand saying, we need your talent. I'm not asking you for money. You're asking for my talent. You're asking for my time, and you're willing to pay top dollar. Now, I heard you speak about generational wealth as well. Now, the key word in that is wealth. That wealth is money. If you've given me money and I'm building a name and wealth, at the same time, I do have something to pass off. Now, with that being said, let me tell you what these companies, some of them have to offer. If you're a Charlamagne of the world, you become a household name and you do things like you're inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame. And that means you can start companies after you've built a crazy name for yourself that you can pass off. You said that you building a company for your children to work at or your children to run. Let's talk about how these same people that you talk about can snatch that company right from you if you don't do the right thing with it, and your children still won't have anything. And that risk that you take don't guarantee you all the money. So a Charlamagne who signs a contract from, let's say, iHeartRadio or the Breakfast Club making $3 million a year and right now has amassed, he's worth $10 million, a little bit more than Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? What he does is he has that, he'll secure that bag, and he has the bag to still pass off to his children in the future.
So let me get my 1 minute rebuttal.
Okay. Ready? Go.
So clearly my acquaintance doesn't know anything about something called partnerships. And what you do is when you go in these companies with your leverage, what you're doing is partnering. So no, they cannot pull a company from up under you because we are partners. Now, can you depart? Yes, you can. But at the end of the day, I have my company. We partnered together. So if business does not go as we planned, we can walk our separate ways. And I'm not being fired because I'm not an employee. You partner with my company. You didn't hire, I'm not a hired talent here. I bought the table. I didn't bring anything to it. I bought the whole goddamn table because I came as a partner. We're partners in this. It's simple as that. It's called partnerships. Yeah. Oh, Rock of Fame. That's so cute. Oh, you want to give your kid a trophy? No, give your kid a company that can't nobody sweep from up under their feet.
All right, ready?
Now let's talk about the market, right? You talked about having a company that somebody can't just snatch away. Okay, that's cool, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the market in which that company is in. If you taking all the risk and that company doesn't do well, you lose. If the company doesn't do well that handed me a contract, they still owe me that money. I still get paid and that bag is still secured. There is zero risk at that point. The only risk is that I'll do what I continue to do. And then once I build the name for myself, as I said before, I can pass off anything that I've built and I can start my own company. So securing a bag is first and foremost in any situation. So once you put yourself out there to start these companies, you start your company, boom. If it doesn't do well, if the market don't do well, guess what? I lose everything. And what do I have to pass off to my kid? Oh man, your dad did a good job. I tried so hard, but I don't have anything now.
I need 30 seconds to rebuttal. Another 30.
Oh, you don't make no rules out there.
I asked. I need another 30.
Yeah, that's cool. Judges, do y'all want another 30?
Do y'all want another 30, Judge?
Yeah, do you want another 30?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we need another 30. Keep it a bean
I
with
don't think we need one either. I already got my answer. I don't give a fuck what's going to happen in the next 30 seconds.
Right. Hey,
Well, can I just say something?
No, Taj, be quiet.
How about 15 seconds? How about we
give me 15 seconds? That's all I need.
Are you prepared for another 30 if we give it?
I'm just saying. I just need to say something.
Scoop a question.
You didn't say his name.
Let me tell you about myself, Miss Penn, Judge Penn. I'm prepared for any kind.
Because Taj is giving me all this backlash. Scoop, do you want another 30?
Damn.
Listen, I don't back out. I don't need another 30. I'm
need another 30. We're not doing no 30.
All right, we done.
Can I get 5 seconds?
No.
Sure can.
Who want to go first?
We gonna go Scotty, Keith, then me. Go Scotty.
Y'all want to take risks. Y'all gonna be broke Fuck y'all.
Listen, so I like what Scoop was saying about risk, factoring the risk. Because this is what this conversation is about, right? It's all about risk factors. So obviously, opening your own venture, way more risky than working at being an employee. That is what it is.
Why call yourself an entrepreneur if you're not gonna take risks?
Can somebody mute this man's mic?
You can't call yourself an entrepreneur if you don't take risks. Like, you can't. It doesn't it can't coexist.
Listen, Scoop, you get the vote, Scoop.
Ain't you the host?
Scoop, you get the vote, Scoop. He didn't. I feel like Taj ain't argued well enough the purpose of ownership and why ownership is important. I don't think
you don't understand. That's why.
I agree. No, I do. I understand and I agree with the point that you're arguing. I just think you left too much out. Like you left too much out. What entails what it is to mean to be an employee. I think you didn't talk about that enough.
Because I'm talking about taking risks and being out.
Why are you still talking? Ty, listen.
So you voted for Scoop, Scotty?
Scoop got the vote by default. Taj is disqualified, I feel like. What's going on?
Wait a second. Scoop, put Taj down. If you don't put Taj down, God damn it. All the times you got smoked the whole goddamn time. You came in like,
y'all all don't know nothing about
I mean, I'm thinking Charlamagne is kind of right, but if Charlamagne is right, then he's wrong. You agreed with what Scoop was saying. You made it
I did. There's nothing wrong with it.
Easily.
There's nothing wrong with it. You want to be an employee forever.
You let a nigga with a honey jack shirt on smoke you.
Why he's
that was
rapping?
You. You're done. You're done, man. You drink your water because you're done.
Yo,
You got smoke.
They hate
You got smoke. That's you up there.
He said free
Scoop.
smoke. He free smoke, bro.
Scoop is enjoying it.
Go ahead, Venice.
So coming into this, I was fully prepared to vote for Taj because of the fact that I definitely agree with ownership, and I felt like his argument was something I aligned with. However, I just feel like this wasn't as easy as Scotty and Keith are making it to be, because yes, Scoop had valid points, but Taj did too. Like, I feel like Taj's rebuttal was fair when he discussed partnership, because that's something that a lot of people don't realize in the entertainment industry is like how you can thrive as a business owner. And also that partnership takes away a lot of risk. When you look at the Joe Budden podcast, they partnered with Spotify. Spotify wasn't their employer technically because he owns the rights to Joe Budden's podcast. So it's kind of like, I also feel like
he licensed the podcast though, to Spotify though. He did. Yeah,
but he still owns it. Like,
a partnership, it's his. Simple as that. Yeah. That's why when the contract was over, he still owns it. Moving on, V.
And it's like they also they were trying to renew the contract. It's not like necessarily in the sense of, well, regardless, I do agree with Scotty though, in the sense of I don't feel like you hit a lot of the main points with ownership. Mm-hmm. With Scoop, I feel like you did a good job in describing kind of the whole securing the bag. But my concern here is that both of y'all argued each other's points. Like, Scoop was arguing, okay, you can be an employee, you can secure the bag, and then once you secure the bag, you can start a business, or you can own whatever you're doing. And it's kind of like, well, isn't that the point? Because I feel like that made a valid point to Taj's argument. Then Taj also made a valid argument when bringing up Charlamagne. So, oh, wow. So, yeah, I mean, Scoop won regardless of who I vote for. Because Scoop beat me, even though he didn't deserve to. I'm a Taj.
Wow, you still lost though, Taj.
That's nice.
We got to Photoshop Taj's face on that cigarette, on that cigar.
I just gotta say that it's nothing wrong with the Charlamagne approach. There's nothing wrong with it. But what you got to understand is it's as simple as making a decision. Do you want to be an employee forever, or do you want to own your own shit? When you own your own shit, nobody can tell you anything, no matter what room you walk into.
I'm glad you said that.
Are you gonna be a peasant? Are you gonna be a peasant forever?
Ty's telling his life story. No one cares. Hey, Scoop.
Right.
Let's talk to the winner.
So yeah. So real quick. Oh, go ahead. You had some questions.
So Scoop, how do you feel about whooping that ass?
Well, sometimes you gotta whoops that ass sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got to spank people. Now, I have to address something that our judge said. Okay. I didn't think that the argument was entrepreneurship versus securing a bag and being an employee. I thought we were arguing the Charlamagne approach versus the Joe Budden approach. Okay. I don't think that Charlamagne's approach is 100% employee based. I believe that he is a partner now with iHeartRadio of the Black Effect podcast network. So with that being said, his approach is that you secure the bag first, and then you can venture off.
But what do Dame Dash do? He put his own money in.
Exactly. We wasn't
and he secured his bag where? At Rockefeller, right?
Security.
Right.
But what was he doing? He was putting his own money in, right?
Listen. We don't need this.
So it does sound like Charlamagne is 100% still on employee type job.
We're 2 hours in. We don't need to hear losers talk. We don't want to hear you talk.
And now they for a $3 million check. Now
$3 million.
Now Dame Dash is going Instagram live while his partner secured the bag, and he's good now. So with that being said, he took the risk and he fell. That's okay. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying I was just answering directly. This is just to one of the judges. I was answering directly the Charlamagne approach. I wasn't going against entrepreneurship.
Now, Scoop, one question. Do you feel like Todd is being a sore loser right now?
100%. I think that
it's not about being a sore loser. It's about
why are you still talking? Yo, kick him out.
About it. Like it's just like
I think we're getting
it's like it's not registered.
I think he can't shut up. This is ridiculous.
You can't stop. You won't have to talk.
You can't stop. Todd, it's okay to lose.
You just don't get it.
It's okay to lose.
It's not about the court. Like you just don't get the conversation.
Do you? All right, Scoop. One last question. Do you think Taj need a nicotine patch for all the smoke he's getting right now?
Well, he's getting smoke, and I'd like to add something to it. Young fella, I would rather have part of something than 100% of nothing. So that's an old black proverb.
When your plan A fails, you just get another plan A. Like what the fuck?
Oh, that sounds cute, but what I would like to say is, young people out there, secure the bag.
Secure the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on Talk Heavy. Secure the bag. Now, I did notice one thing only. We did not vote for you because of the win you took against her. Would you like to bring the smoke to her again?
V? Is that who you speak of?
Yeah, V says she didn't vote for you because you beat her, quote unquote.
Well, I have zero issue with doing it again. Understand, you know what I'm saying? I love Venice. I do love Venice. But one thing I love more than Venice is smoking Venice. It tastes so good in the cigar. I mean, it's nothing. Ooh, it's a hit like no other. So I have zero issue with doing it again. But you know, it's up to Talk Heavy. We'll talk throughout the week, and we'll figure who the best next candidates will be. If that be me, whoever's in front of me, I'll do my research, and we'll take it from there.
That was all for Talk Heavy Court, and we're out. Oh wait, one more thing. Taj got smooth. Oh, there you go.
Y'all don't the kind of conversations I'm ready to have. That's okay.
And that wraps up a whole other episode of Talk Heavy. Once again, I'm your boy Scoop Burgundy.
It's your boy Taj.
Just call me Ro.
It's Scotty.
I'm going to win next week.
And I'll give an honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this win today. And y'all can check out all things at Talk HVY. Until next week. Holla.